everybody, and welcome to another brand new welcome to another brand new episode here on Britain's Farm. So we are going to be busy in the field today. We haven't quite got those bales collected from the previous video where we were combining Richards. Well, I kept saying it was wheat. Turns out it was oats. When I was combining it, I was kind of like looking at it thinking, doesn't look like wheat, but no, it was oats. Anyway, we baled the straw, if you can remember. I think it was Thursday's video, and we baled the straw, and I said that I was going to do it off camera. However, today is the 2nd of August. I have to get the land work done, ready for seed drilling. We're sort of having to prioritise jobs at the moment. I've had a little bit more of a thought about the cow area that we're hoping to have down at Richard's farm there. I'm hoping to have a definitive decision on that, but I have had an idea. I have spoken to Richard about it, but it's just whether or not that is going to be workable. I don't see no reason why it isn't, but you know, we'll have to sort of finalise that. I will just very quickly run up there. As you can see, I got the forklift there and then realised I thought we was in the first day of August. But we're not. We're in the second, and we need to get these two fields here done, and the field at the far end done. That's coming, mustard seed. We need to get those fields done. So I unfortunately had to lay off getting the bales done. Like I said, just very quickly, I'll come down here and just share with you my idea to see what you guys think, and as always, you know, let me know in the comments what you think, or whether it's a good idea, or whether you two have come up with maybe a solution. Right, if we park here, we're in the Volvo. So we've had a very expensive day today. I might as well show you that while I'm here too. I will turn that off just because I don't want to use the diesel. Right. So we've had an expensive day because we have bought a brand new disc harrow. So this is our disc harrow. Britain's bought this out in the late 80s. Although the sticker is not true to life, the colours are. So the black discs with the red wheels, and the yellow frame, and it goes obviously on the back, as I originally would have had it in the sort of mid to late 80s. I would have had it on the back of my Volvo, and then a couple of years later, I think probably mid 90s, probably early to mid 90s, it would have then gone on the back of my Massey Ferguson tractor with dual wheels. However, I did say it had been a very expensive day for the farm. That was not our only purchase, but I will reveal all at the end of the episode of the brand new tractor that we bought. Yes, I've finally made a decision, and because I'm talking about that, I'm completely gone wrong. This is where I want to be, down here. So right, idea time. This is what I've kind of thought. Take this fence out. Take this hedge down, unfortunately. Take the hedge down. Make it a gate here. So this fence won't be here, so you've got to kind of imagine it now without the fence. Obviously take the trees out. Level all the way down here. And this would be a winter job, because this would be quite a big job, so this would have to be in the winter. Level all the way down here, and all the way across here, Probably a bit further down, but we'll sort out distances. Level it all. We should, in theory, keep our track the same, because as we look across, that is actually sloping more than what I realised. Even so, we should still be able to level that and that look okay. Level it all. I'm thinking at this end, up here, we put a bale store here for our hay and our straw, etc. And this is where we put the cows. Now, the reason we put the bale store here is because we literally only have to go through a gate that would be here. So if you can imagine, the hedge won't be there, obviously that fence won't be there. So this will be a gate, and we can feed our sheep straight through there. But this side of the hedge, can go around this annoying bloody fence. This side of the hedge, we would have the cow pen situated, because it's going to be a fenced pen, but that's all it's going to be. It holds 60 cows, which isn't, not too bad. And on that 60 cows, I'm thinking about 15 young, 15 middle, 15 the next age group up. I'm not really sure what you call that. And then, excuse me 1 second, I've got a sneeze coming. Whew, I'm back. Right. So we'd have the cow pen feed troughs facing probably this way, and then we would be able to feed our bales directly from the store straight into the cows. The same could also be said for having it at this end. So we could have it at this end, down here. So yet again we have, I think there's another fence here, so say it's part of the same fence. Take the fence out, level it all off, all the way down here, keep it. Oh, what's wrong with the grass? Oh, it's just literally, I thought maybe I'd made a mistake and took a chunk of the earth out, but I haven't. It's just where the grass has gone bald. And then come down here, level all down here, and then yet again shove bale store in there, and then across here we can have a cow pen. I like this side better because obviously it's bigger, and so we'll be able to get more cow pens in if we want to increase our cows in the future, which is not a bad idea, because another way we could do it is we could get 15 young cows in one pen and let them grow up and then sell them, but by then they would have, I think if I'm right in thinking, they would have then offsprung twice, I think. I'm sure that's how that works. And then in the other pen we could have some, I say middle-aged cows, and then they would offspring, but then obviously as they offspring they would then turn into older cows, and so therefore the cycle continues, but we've already got, X amount of cows that were young originally that are now coming middle-aged. It's very complicated, but you'll get to see what I mean. But that's why I like this area here, because it is bigger. However, I have got to make sure that I don't go too far this way, because otherwise I am going to end up ruining this track, and I can't afford to ruin the track, because not only are we going to be putting hard standing down there, but it's going to come into this field here, and all of this, apart from what we build on of course, but the rest of it, all of it is going to become one field. So it's going to be, eventually it's going to become one grass field. So we're literally going to take that wall out, all the trees out, this fence down here out, all these trees out, fence across there out, and literally right up to that house, that will be one grass field. Now, if we can't feed our animals off that grass field, and then on second cut sell them, this is mine and Richard's plan, then and make money from it, then we're doing something wrong. And well, while it is Richard's land, because I will be doing all of the work, Richard has said that we can split it 50-50. There's the combine and the tractor and trailer. I'm guessing they will go back soon, but obviously we're waiting for this field of millet to ripen, and not only ripen, but obviously get ready then so we can combine it. So yeah, that's the plan. I mean, we could go all the way down there with the same idea of getting multiple pens. I just don't like it as much, but we'll see. But either way, I think it's going to be probably now a late autumn winter/winter job, just because, as I say, there is quite a bit of work involved in that. But anyway, we need to go and get on. We need to get on because we are a little bit behind. So these two fields and then the one right down the far end. Now Richard has given us free use of his two arable fields as well. So we'll be looking into what we might be able to put in there now. I'm thinking sugar beet, but that does leave me with an issue. And this is why I may have changed my mind about that drill. So I'll show you the drill. I'll show you the drill now then. The drill, there we go. But this is, I'm going to explain here why I may have changed my mind about this drill. So this drill, so as you can see, it's got the wheel similar, it's, you know, a very similar looking drill. It's got the flat base there, which is what the Britain's one had. However, it's not a Massey Ferguson. It's a Vauxhall Astra, but it's not. It's not a Massey Ferguson, and it does have markers. Now, I would personally like the markers, as I've said, because it will help me to not miss bits of the crop, because I missed an awful lot last time I drilled for the spring crops, and that annoys me. And so therefore that drill will be a lot better, because as I say, it's got markers, so I'll be able to keep it straight and keep it square and make sure I'm not missing. But it's not a Britain's, and that's why probably I've changed my mind, because this is a Britain series and Ertl and eventually CQ, but I didn't start collecting CQ until much later, and then Universal Hobbies and so forth. But that's the reason why I might change my mind. Now let me know in the comments what you guys think. Could I get away with having the drill, or do I stick with the Massey Ferguson one, because although it's not identical to Britain's one, but there isn't an identical one out there, it is, however, a Massey Ferguson, and obviously Britain's had the Massey Ferguson drill. So that's why I probably won't be going for that drill, even though I'd like to, because of the, I think that's the drill we've got at the moment. I mean, much later on, I think it was in the 2000s, Britain's did bring out a 6 metre Verdestat, so I mean, it is possible that we could move up to that eventually, maybe. I did have the model, but I also had the 8 metre from Universal Hobbies as well, Verdestat. But yeah, but the problem that I've got with the sugar beet technology is, or the problem I've got with having sugar beet is Britain's, and as far as I remember, none of the other toy manufacturers were doing, or I certainly never had it in my collection, didn't have any of this available. Now for me to have sugar beet, this is what I would be using. So again, I will ask and say, do we include it, or are we keeping this strictly to the toys and models that I had when I was a kid? I mean, the only sort of justification of having this is that while it is a Britain's series, for the elements of gameplay and doing other crops, this could help. Maybe we just hire it or something. I don't know, but I really would actually appreciate your thoughts in the comment section as to whether or not we should, whether, as I say, we should include that or not. But anyway, we're going to get these disked. So I'm going to leave you with some wonderful music, and I'll see you when we've got these 3 fields disked, because we're not going to disk the other field yet, because I think more than likely they're going to become spring crops. So as I say, I will see you in a little while, because I'm going to put some music on, I'm going to time lapse it, and I'll see you at the end. And I'm back. Well, I hope you enjoyed your music. I've just got this little bit to finish, and then what I'll probably do is we'll end the video there, and then in the next video we will possibly be drilling. I'm guessing that's what we probably will be doing, to be fair, but I do need it to move over one day, because I didn't realise, but I can't actually plant those crops until September, so we do need it to go over one day. So what I'll probably do off camera is go and collect those bales, just so as that we use the day to its full potential. I'll go and collect those bales. I'll also get all of the grass cut that I want to do, and get that baled and collected as well. And I'll probably build the cow pasture and stuff like that off camera, just because we have done a couple of little farm builds now. I mean, let me know in the comments if you guys enjoy watching them, because I'm more than happy to show them. I'm just kind of trying not to overly repeat videos over and over. I mean, sometimes because it is a farming video, or because it is a farming series that we're doing, obviously the jobs get repeated because that's, you know, what I have to do. But the other stuff I try sort of not to repeat if I can help it. Yeah, so we will see how that goes. But I say, if you enjoy watching the farm builds and me making a mess, then just let me know in the comments, and I'll continue showing them. I have got another series that I am going to do, or I'm hopefully going to start. I'm not going to say I am going to do, because it just depends whether things work out the way that I want them to, or would like them to. But there's going to be a heck of a lot of farm building in that series, where we will be sort of, I will be showing a lot of it, because just of the map and the things that you can do with Terrafarm. I know a lot of you guys know what you can do with Terrafarm, but I really like the fact that the map that I'm thinking about doing, because I had a Homeworld series going, and to be fair, it didn't go that well. In terms of views, it was okay. In terms of you guys watching, it was doing, you know, sort of as good as everything else. Not quite as good as the Britain series, but as good as the 1950 series, and people seem to be enjoying that series. So I'm still going to do Homeworld, but I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to do it the way I was originally going to do it, and then talk myself out of doing it that way, because I didn't think that well, you know, I'm a say it as it is kind of guy. I didn't think it would be that interesting to do it that way, but I actually think I should have gone with my gut instinct and done it that way, and so that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm not going to say too much at the moment, because I haven't sort of recorded anything, and I haven't sort of tried to see whether or not it's possible to do, you know, sort of entertaining videos that way, but I don't see no reason why it shouldn't be. You have to forgive my voice this morning. I've woken up with one heck of a croaky voice. I don't see no reason why it shouldn't be, and yet again, I've not seen anything like it in terms of farming simulator videos and series, and you know, I watch as many as I can, and I've not seen nothing like it. So yet again, I'll be doing a world first. Probably not, but big yourself up, right? And hopefully, as I say, it'll be interesting. But basically, the point I'm trying to make is, in that series, there is going to be a heck of a lot of farm build, pretty much straight away. Then I'm guessing it will sort of tail off a little bit, and then there will be more. And I've deliberately as well damaged a few fields, and they'll need excavating and different things. Right, we'll fold the disc arrows up. You know, these disc arrows even have the same frame as the Britain's ones. The only difference is, I'm going to turn the tractor off. The only difference is the Britain's one didn't have this bar coming through the centre here, but the actual sort of 2-bar frame with the bar across, and then the rams for the wheels, they're slightly different as well. So the rams for the wheels on the Britain's one went up and down rather than the way they are there, which I'll just quickly show you. So rather than going the way that one is, they went up and down. Yeah, so I was quite chuffed that I found that disc arrow, because as I say, it wasn't easy. The disc arrows has been one of the hardest of the models to find that I had. This was an in-game one. I told you before, it's the wrong colour, but it's pretty much the same as what I had, only mine was yellow, because it was part of Britain's roadwork series that I had, and it was actually my uncle Stephen that bought me that, because he also bought me as well around the same time, and it's not in the series yet, but he bought me something that ties in with that, and it involves grass work, and I think I'm not going to say anything too much just yet, because we're going to be walking off to the shop, by the way, because as people know, I don't tab, and there's no point me driving over there, because I want to drive something back. So we're going to walk the fields, yeah. So as I say, I'm not going to say too much, because I think I found one that's exact and identical. Oof, that smells. Don't want to be walking. Oh, geez, look at that tree. Get rid of that. Oh, we've got another one here. We'll get rid of this one. As many of you will know that watch my that have been watching this series, removing the hedges has done that. It lifted all of my trees off. Well, not all of them, but most of my trees off the ground, or a lot of them anyway. Anyway, just walk down here. So yeah, as I was saying, I think I found the exact model of what I had, and it will it will get introduced into the series. Probably not this year, but maybe next year. It might be a part of the series, and what we're going to eventually be going on and doing. But it's exciting times, you know, this series, and as I always say, you know, I'm very grateful that people, you know, watch and enjoy and what have you. And as I say, it's very nice. Now, for the most observant of you, as we were walking up there, you would have seen what it is. It is all ready to go. I had the phone call earlier today to say that it was ready to pick up. Well, actually, it was ready to pick up when I picked up the disc arrows. But here we go. I promised you at the beginning of the video that at the end of the video we would do the big reveal, and this is the big reveal. and I cannot believe I have found the exact model tractor number and what's on the back, as Britain's had it all the way back when. Are you ready? It's the sprayer and front tank on the Massey Ferguson. As I say, the exact number, the 3680. The front tank is ever so slightly different, and it's a little bit out of scale for me, but it's pretty much there to what I had. And the sprayer. Everyone remembers the little blue sprayer on the back of the Massey Ferguson. And I discovered both front tank and rear sprayer at exactly the same time that I discovered the tractor. Now, I had another one of these Massey Fergusons. I had it with rear duals, but I'm not too sure I can justify buying two tractors. But yes, the Massey Ferguson with the front tank and the rear sprayer. So what I'll do is, if I don't put up when I put up a thumbnail, if I don't put a thumbnail up of an actual in-game shot, this will be the thumbnail from Britain's, because I absolutely adored my tractor and sprayer when I was a little lad. The only thing was the sprayer arms were quite wide for carpet farming, but I still really loved it. I used to go outside and play on the grass with it, and yeah, so that's the big reveal. So I've not actually used this tractor in game yet, so this is the first time. But yeah, so I was well chuffed when I found, as I say, at the same time of finding this, I found the disc harrows, and I also found the other thing that I've been talking about as well. So at some point, we will be having that in the series as well. But we don't need to be developing too fast, otherwise we will we'll have every model by the time we get to the end of the second year. But yeah, I was absolutely over the moon when I found them, and hopefully they're going to be a good addition to the farm. I mean, obviously, the same with Britain's. You could take the front tank off, you could take the sprayer off, and you could use the tractor as a tractor. So it does mean now we've got a higher horsepower tractor, because this is 180, I think it is. I had it because that seemed quite high for this tractor, because it's a slightly smaller model number than the one that's in game. The one that's in game is slightly bigger than this, but that's 170 horsepower. And I sort of thought, well, that doesn't really sort of sound right. But I had a look online and did a bit of research from Massey Ferguson, and yes, this one was rated higher than the in-game one, which is 170. As I say, this one's 180. So this one is more than big enough to do what we want it to do, which is good. And as I say, I think as well, at some stage, I might get a new trailer as well. It wouldn't be too much further down the line before I did actually get the class trailer from Siku. That would have been, if I remember correctly, that would have been early 90s, early to mid 90s. I'm not really doing it in any sort of year order, so I'm sort of doing it as I remember, and as sort of we need stuff, because I was originally going to do it as a year order, but that's not that easy to do. And the problem is as well, some of the tractors that I had, we're going to put this in the shed because we're going to be using this on the seed drill. Some of the tractors that I had were my brother's, tractors, and I sort of I can remember the models I had. I can't necessarily remember when I had them. Um, so I'm just sort of, as we go through and need to update a little bit, or we need a new tractor or whatever, I'm sort of remembering the next earliest tractor that I had. And I had that tractor twice, so I had two of them, two of the Massey Fergusons with the sprayers. One I think Mum and Dad bought me, and then I think that was for my birthday, if I remember correctly. And then at Christmas, it was either my Uncle Stephen or my Nan and Granddad bought me the same tractor for Christmas with some other stuff. Honestly, Christmas is for me from probably about 84, 85, all the way up until like the early 90s, probably mid 90s, were just Britons. That's all I used to get. Birthdays and Christmases, Britons. It was a really safe bet. I used to have to give the list of everything that I had so that I didn't get duplicates, which obviously sometimes I did get duplicates, but it didn't matter. So yeah, anyway, this has been quite a long video, and I'm kind of rabbiting on now and reminiscing about the past. So next episode, like I say, by the time we get to the next episode, I will have collected those bales, and I may have done the cow thing. I definitely would have done the grass, and I definitely would have collected those bales so that they're not out on the field. But as quickly as I can, as I said at the beginning of the video, as quickly as I can, I want to get that cow area up and going, and I want to get a bale store up and going as quickly as I can as well, mainly because I don't want to be storing the bales in that little shed, just because it isn't really big enough for any substantial amount of bales, and we're going to need slightly more bales than what's in there. But we don't need to be taking up shed space. We could, have something that's designated for that. And I can't find anything exact to what Britain's had, but it's close to what Britain's had. But I will do another little search around today, and as I say, and I'll try and find what they had, because they had the really big, tall, open barn where bales, you could stack bales or put machinery in or whatever you wanted to do really. But I think probably the cow and the bale storage will come this side. It does mean we'll have to drive round to feed the sheep, but we was going to have to drive round to feed, well, as I've said before, we could have the cows that side as well, but I think we'll go this side. I think we'll extend, probably go about halfway down, so where this hedge is like till about here, maybe, or just a bit further over, we'll develop going that way, and then to the left we'll leave the grass as it is, just so as I don't destroy that track. But anyway, that's me waffling on too much and thinking out loud. So I'll say thank you ever so much for joining me on this episode. We are so close now to reaching 100 subscribers inside the target time. As I said in the 1950s farm, I think it was, if you subscribe and you make that tick go round to 100, message me, leave a comment, and I will do a video and mention, and I will also do a little short that will also have your name, if you want your name included in the short, and also as well, as I say, the next episode I will say a massive thank you. So yeah, anyway, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.